Welcome back to the C Show, a wrestling show for the common fan. Whether you're brand new to the world of sports entertainment, you're coming back after a while, or you've been here the whole dang time. I'm Charlie.
I'm Connor.
I'm Jared.
And this week, we are kicking off with Dynamite on the 6th of May. We start off with a customary 10-bell salute honoring the late Ted Turner, who passed away last week. You may be like, Charlie, why are we talking about Ted Turner? Who cares about a dead old billionaire? Well, he might have been one of the good ones. Might have been. There's some asterisks on there, as Jared was telling us off mic earlier. However, Ted supported wrestling. He bankrolled WCW from a little regional territory in Georgia, out of Atlanta, Georgia Championship Wrestling, turned it into WCW, turned into a major player against the WWF at the time, now WWE. Of course, WWE purchased the assets of WCW, yada, 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 story for another time. AEW lives in a lot of legacy of WCW, what WCW did to compete with the WWE. A lot of things like the Turner or the TNT title is a reference to TNT, obviously the channel, Turner Network Television, Turner Broadcasting System. Turner Broadcasting System, WTBS, was the first superstation. It was the first national, it was the first regional channel to go national. It was the first place where people saw Braves games nationally. Of course, WGN in Chicago followed suit, yada, yada, yada. Connor, Jared, do you guys have any thoughts before I elucidate further on my thoughts on Ted Turner and his contributions, not only to wrestling, but the media environs that we currently now live in?
Heard so much kind of about him, and again how much the Monday Night Wars and everything with WCW and WWF at the time, and like you said, I kind of thought that was the funniest thing when I was talking to a lot of people about, not a lot of, I don't have that many friends, but,
1, 2, that's 2, and then your wife and your dog, but your dog can't talk back to you really. So
I still told him.
Okay, yeah, I'm sure he had plenty of thoughts about it.
But literally the thing I hear almost everyone say, it's like, again, along the lines of maybe the good one, nothing I absolutely hate about, nothing that comes up. I was talking to a friend of the show, Jeff, and he's like, I had no idea he was involved in so much. It's like,
yes,
yeah, he did a lot and seemed to keep his nose clean. Might be the one time I can say in sincerity, rest in peace to a billionaire.
Yeah,
and that's not lost on me.
Took his father, what meager wealth his father left him, and I don't know if you know, but his dad committed suicide while Ted was downstairs, and then Ted took all of that, bought a UHF station in the 70s, and did everything from there.
Yeah, he took over his father's company at about 23, 24. Turner Advertising.
That's what it was. It was advertising. It was billboards and stuff.
It was billboards and stuff.
Yeah.
Before that, he was already doing his own thing, and then he went back. So it was, an unbelievable businessman, whether that's a good thing or bad thing, yada, yada, yada. I an icon, regardless, one way or the other.
3 incredible things that he did, and I think this podcast wouldn't exist without them, so I want to shout them out. The first one is Turner Classic Movies. Did you guys ever watch Turner Classic Movies? Were you guys TCM heads?
Of course.
My pops was always there for all the cowboy movies.
The 2 best things about TCM, no commercials, and they presented everything in the way that it was meant to be presented by the director. And the other thing that I love, R.I.P. Robert Osborne, too, because Robert Osborne, if I point to my Dr. Strangelove Blu-ray over there on the shelf, I really got into Pink Panther movies and Peter Sellers, and so when we got a TiVo, I was like, I want to watch every Pink Panther movie over and over and over. So I had a thing set up for Peter Sellers, et cetera, et cetera. Downloaded recorded Dr. Strangelove, and I saw it with Robert Osborne's intro where he explained this is a satire. Kubrick read the original novel, which was meant to be a political thriller, and then was like, this is so funny, we have to make a comedy out of it. Seeing that, it was incredible, important context to seeing the rest of the movie and how that would impact me. Cartoon Network. Really, he bought a bunch of cartoon libraries they weren't being broadcast. And he said, screw it, let me make a cable channel. Threw that all on there. Cartoon Network. I grew up very early on like Warner Brothers, Looney Tunes cartoons, and Tom and Jerry. Chuck Jones, especially, one of my favorites. And then certainly last but not least, but related to the second one here, Adult Swim.
Oh.
Adult Swim. Like, Adult Swim doesn't exist without Cartoon Network. Cartoon Network doesn't exist without Ted Turner. Ted Turner, like, Adult Swim posted about Ted Turner passing away. And they were like, this guy had an impact in the way that he not only saw entertainment for children, but entertainment for adults at the same time in the same art form of animation. Animation has long been considered an art form for children, which is a shame. We obviously see over in Japan that it's not. Over in Asia, it's not. However, Adult Swim, like stuff like home movies, reruns of classic things. Of course, like I was always sneaking off to watch Family Guy, Rick and Morty.
Yeah, right now it's got King of the Hill on repeat.
King
right,
of the Hill.
That's the flavor of the month. Like, right, I think of even like the
What's the one back in the day with the talking meatball?
Aqua Team Hunger Force.
That's the one.
Sea Lab 2021.
Robot Chicken.
Robot Chicken.
That's the name.
Oh.
The one where they're metal guys, that was a cool one. Yeah, no, cool kids watch that stuff.
Metalocalypse.
We are slowly just becoming dudes naming things.
Yeah.
So
but again,
all right,
these are.
I'm going to name one more thing that Ted Turner did in case it didn't make his list.
Marrying Jane Fonda.
That was high key going to be one of them. Captain Planet.
By your powers combined, I am Captain Planet.
Captain Planet. He was instrumental in that. He's the executive
created
producer.
Captain Planet.
Yes.
I had no-
all right, that's cool.
Captain
all right,
Planet.
I'm with it.
Captain Planet was his baby. He was like, I think he took it to weird places sometimes, but he was like an insane environmentalist.
Yeah. Hey, and you got to respect that. We love that. R.I.P. Ted Turner. Sting comes out. Sting talks about how Ted supported wrestling, essentially bankrolled the WCW. There are a few points, and it's come out, and I've seen it a couple times, but where like Ted went to the CNN executives, the people at the top, and they were like, this whole wrestling thing doesn't make any sense. And he was like, I don't give a damn. And then he went back down to the basement, and he was like, let's go make some wrestling. So shout out to Ted, R.I.P. We start off the show with the eliminator match in the Continental Championship, just like Uncle Ted would have liked. Jon Moxley versus Juice Robinson. Juice runs out screaming, I beat Jon Moxley. I can beat Jon Moxley. I beat Jon Moxley before. I can beat Jon Moxley again. Mox calls this the longest bar fight in history. Give me your move of the match. Mine's at the end. So,
Juice sending Mox to the floor and then hitting a cannonball off the apron. And then just a shout out for something we don't see a lot. We saw a full Nelson slam by Juice. Like, right, full Nelson, right? Both hands behind the neck under someone's arms, right? You actually,
classic.
Right? Can't do that in amateur wrestling. That's a violation, potentially dangerous.
Really?
1 point.
Oh, okay.
Caution, 1 point. But he got Jon Moxley up because it's you do that, throw them up and just throw them down on their back. And he got Moxley up. Again, we've talked about Moxley selling. I'm not going to stand here and do it all again. He makes everyone look great. He's great. He's the ace for a reason.
Mox counters the Juice's loose into a rear choke pile driver, and then Juice kicks out of that. But Mox hits the choke. The ref calls it. Mixed reaction from the crowd. But still, a fantastic match to kick off the show here on Dynamite. What's up? Why are you giggling?
He's giggling because you might have omitted somebody's commentary or move of the match, as it were.
My bad.
I was just gonna let you keep going.
And that's why I didn't say anything. I'm
Connor,
like, okay.
Connor,
He gave me a fucking shit-eating grin, and he might have winked. I think he winked. He said, "Let's get it on." I was talking about the fight.
What's your move of the match, Jared?
Who cares? No, thank you for asking. Now I gotta make something up. No, I'm kidding.
Audience.
After Juice is doing, the punch counter in the corner that bites him because AEW. He immediately goes into like a cross-body jump right at Mox. I didn't even the camera
Beautiful.
didn't even show Mox slipping out. So it just looked like he just bit him and then turned around and launched his torso.
The mullet flying in midair. glorious. Somebody in AEW just take a camera, slow-mo that, just at like 140 or 120 frames per second. Thank me later. Will Ospreay is training with the Death Riders. This is causing issues with United Empire in Japan. If you saw, Ospreay was celebrating with Callum Newman after Newman won the IWGP Junior Heavyweight Championship. Callum Newman stared him down, asking Ospreay where his loyalties lie. Garcia says they don't care. It's us against the world. Have you ever heard of the concept of death ground? There are no other options. Do or die. Sure, you could still have a career at AEW. This is all Mox speaking here. You're not like these people, man. You are different. This is the hardest 1%. You're on death ground. It's going to be hard, but it's the only good option. Nothing else exists.
Did you see what exercise Ospreay was doing?
So he was like helping Pac do crunches off his neck.
He was helping Yuta do them all off his neck. At first, I was like, "Is he lifting Yuta with his neck? What is?" I was so confused.
Yeah, I thought that's maybe what they were doing. I have no idea. Is that an exercise?
Yes. Is it an exercise?
Somebody find somebody who exercises.
You're acting.
Come on, coach.
You're acting like John Moxley and be like, "This is what you're doing. I don't care what you think. This is some kind of Mr. Miyagi, John Moxley stuff going on." Mr. Mioxley? Is that something? Write that down.
Write that down. In a double Jeopardy match, Dax Harwood with FTR. It gets crazy here, okay? It's Dax Harwood with FTR, obviously. Tommaso Ciampa, okay. RPG Vice and the Dogs? Okay, all right. A little, okay.
I literally just put it, everyone's got boys with them.
Insane
like, everyone's
escalation.
got boys.
Okay, so it's Dax Harwood versus Orange Cassidy, who comes with the conglomeration. That makes sense. There's trio champions. And the Young Bucks. Okay, I guess they all get along. And Cope and Cage. Okay, all right, I guess. Stoke. Did you guys see Stoke walking in? The jean jacket and the shirt.
Orange Cassidy style.
That's why he's the GOAT. Again, if Dax wins, FTR and Ciampa get a shot at the trios title. And if Orange wins, the conglomeration goes Freebird style on the tag team title. Again, the Freebirds, the fabulous Freebirds, we talked about them previously. But Freebirds rule, you can take 2 out of any 3 trios and go for a tag team match. But Jared, after OC rubs Dax's bald head for good luck, what's your move of the match? See, I'm starting with you first.
That's smart. Finally, you figured it out. That's who everyone's here to see. Listen to. Anyway, I'm gonna have to go with OC just casually slapping away Dax's chops in the corner, because it's like the peak version of him doing a lazy thing, but it's a lazy defense. And I've never seen anyone defend a chop before. Normally, you just like take it. But then I'll have another thing to say later on about Dax's decisions. But Connor, why don't you?
Great segue. Thank you.
I laughed so loud when Orange Cassidy went for the orange punch and just hit the post. So Dax is like, all I'm going to do is destroy this man's hand now, including them standing outside. And he goes and just slams just Cassidy's hand off the table. And Orange Cassidy's like, he just slams his head off the table as well. The way he worked it, just everything Orange does is funny. But that was kind of my sequence of the match there until the end when it goes bananas.
My move of the match before we get into the ending here is Cassidy countering the slingshot powerbomb. Dax hits a slingshot Liger bomb. Orange punch, Harwood kicks out. Out of the armbar, Cassidy rolls up Harwood by the boot, and a melee breaks out. Cassidy won. 1, 2, 3. The bell rang. The conglomeration get a chance at the tag team championship, and a Donnybrook breaks out. Did you guys have any hell yes from that? Anything you wanted to mention?
All I'll say again, kind of insight, the faces stood tall, the good guys, but that usually means things are coming. I'm excited if they just continue to turn this into a however many people that ended up being out there. I don't even know if I can count that high. Super death humongous match somewhere. That'd be awesome.
I feel like 10.
Yeah. Oh, I'm going to talk about how many 10s we're getting into recently.
I was going to say, it seems common. I want to say, I like how in the skirmish when the match was still going, Dax sneaks out to grab a weapon.
Yes.
Which is normally, you go real inconspicuous. And he grabs the whole, bell.
He grabs the whole damn bell.
Like a large wooden slab with a very loud metal bell. First of all, how are you going to get rid of that?
But what if he got away with it?
What if he got away with it?
Hits Orange Cassidy with it.
Beretta and Romero are left alone in the ring with the Bucks and the conglomeration Cope and Cage. A spear by Cope, Cage with the low kick. They're dealt with. Rush is El Toro Blanco, the White Bull, if you're not aware. Again, this is what's going to happen to each and every one of you dogs. When you mess with the bull,
you'll get down.
Catchphrase go Burr.
All I'm saying is that Geezer would have loved Rush.
The way he says it's so good.
You'll get the horn.
That's don't get me wrong, I'm not upset with it. The same way some people hate the LA Knight, I will die for the yeah. I'm in. If you do it well, I'll let you repeat it till I die.
Have you seen the video of the preacher who uses it? Who goes, yeah.
No.
I'm sure I sent it.
I'll have to double check.
It's all right. As long as it's not another person in AEW doing finger guns. Why do so many of them do finger guns?
Because finger guns are fun.
Yeah, but the whole bit is things supposed to be original.
Don't do that at school, kids.
You'll get fucked on. That ref tried to fuck on me.
Where is that referee? He was trying to fuck on me.
Speaking of getting fucked on, the Demand Jericho train wreck continues. Jericho looks rough. The time is talking is done. The time is worth for over. It's time to fight. Jericho is going to take it to the people. He's going to keep it simple. It's Charleston. This is Dynamite, and I am Jericho. Did you guys notice every time he talks, he's like, I am Jericho! He's doing the rock star cadence.
I've made it very clear I do not watch any parts with Chris Jericho in it. I literally wrote J and R Stadium Stampede.
Yeah,
I think that's all we need.
Yeah, he's been pretty funny. I'm enjoying him.
Ricochet calls for Stadium Stampede. Anarchy in the arena, and to confirm, this is a match type, according to Wikipedia, that typically involves 10 wrestlers in a 5 versus 5 match. All 5 wrestlers of the 2 teams are each a part of an established faction in AEW. Starts in a ring in the middle of the stadium or an arena and progresses through various environments such as bars, cargo, loading areas, and offices. When conducted indoors, it is called an Anarchy in the Arena match, since we will be at the Louis Armstrong Stadium at the U.S. Tennis Association complex up there in Queens and Forest Park. We will, of course, see a lot of different things, and I assume there will be at least one tennis gimmick where somebody's hitting tennis balls at somebody, or they get the tennis ball gun. That would be good. I would like that. That would be funny. Ricochet and the Demand had the tennis ball gun and they were shooting Jericho with it.
Is there any chance they do a ring lined with tennis nets? Instead of ropes, they have the tennis nets.
I don't know, man. They love the theming when they went to the TGL Center, dude, that we're going to talk about here in a minute. Okay, so Ricochet is unsure if Jericho will be able to find any partners. Jericho accepts the challenge. He'll be able to find 4 partners, and if he can't, he'll just do it by himself. Jericho attacks, and he takes them all on and deals with them. The Hurt Syndicate, Shelton Benjamin, Bobby Lashley run in to assist. Backstage, Renee is with Mina and Harley. Harley doesn't know how to feel. Mina wants Harley to wake up. Pay attention. They have a match to win. Stop looking out there. Look in there. Mina tears off Harley's shirt. Mina was hoping that Harley was in gear, ready to go.
Did you see that some people were very mad about this online?
Yeah.
For no good reason?
No good reason.
I loved it because...
It's not 2002 anymore. Everybody agreed to that.
Yeah, and Cameron responded being I basically just wrestle in a bra anyway, right? Like, again, and as if it was something that I bet she freaking pitched it, and she's like, that will be so funny, we need to do that. Like,
Yeah.
as if it isn't all, like, agreed upon. Again, it's not other companies where stuff was super predatory and weird. Like,
Yeah.
like I'm willing to bet this was Harley's idea top to bottom.
100%. 100%.
It was funny. That's
So funny.
It's good comedy. Yeah, that was my note here at the end. Harley said she wanted to do this, and she wrestles in a bra anyways. In the AEW International Championship, it's Kazuchika Okada versus Brian Keith. I'm very happy that Kazuchika Okada is out here wrestling week to week. We get to see some defenses of the International Championship. My move of the match is the Keith DDT to Okada, who sells it fantastically. Give me your move of the match, Connor.
First, I didn't realize Brian Keith was paid in full. Or of Paid in Full. I didn't realize that was the group that they mentioned. I always forget that. And
He's a bounty hunter.
That's why I'm just saying. It's such a great bit, and I always forget about it. Shame on me.
Mm-hmm. You got Bandito. You got the bounty hunter. You have the Hangman who's out there. The Hangman rides alone right now, but I like all the cowboy shit.
So there's a point when Brian Keith ducks a lariat and hits a Tiger Driver for it too. I was like, I know they're not going to let him win, but they're letting him get some stuff in here.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Jared, your move of the match. I want to make sure you get something in here.
It's all right, because I spent most of the match trying to figure out what the hell was going on with Brian Keith's hair thing.
He has it's like a Padawan apprentice.
Yeah, I know. I got the point. It's just awful.
You're allowed to have that opinion, Jared. It's called an opinion for a reason.
I'm gonna say that's pretty, empirical. Anyway, I'm gonna have to go with Okada. It just hit a really thick neck breaker, holding Brian Keith behind his back and then like flexing out his knee wide enough to still drop him down on it. I was like, that was very athletic and also like carrying him in an awkward way.
Okada, Liger Driver, Rainmaker, 1, 2, 3, and it's over. Callis comes in, and Okada has something important to say. I have the international title, unlike Takeshita, but I want more. I'm coming for the world title. Bitch. Andrade also wants the world title. He's the best Mexican wrestler alive, he claims. Speedball and Kevin Knight, Jet Speed. Speedball calls him the shining light, the one we all look up to. We all appreciate Darby Allin for being a fighting champion, but your body will give out under Kevin Knight. The Ops continue their vlog. I like that we're doing a lot of story stuff here. We're doing a lot of good story stuff, quick hits, etc., etc. Don't touch the Union, guys. They get weird. Some notes here about Hook. He is filming a movie. Samoa Joe is making opportunities for him. The same opportunities he wants to make for Will Ospreay. According to two folks from the Fightful Select, the Fightful Select Discord, Yomda and Alex C85, Hook is filming an indie film called Sniper with his friend Toni Mucci, also known as Mooch. According to Alex C85, Hook is in the lead role. Mooch has worked with Juice WRLD, Polo G, and Trippie Redd on music videos, as well as making the short film Money Talks with Hook, billed under his government name, Tyler Synertia. More exciting stuff for Hook there. I kind of do want to see Money Talk. Money Talks. I do have to figure that out. It's about, I think, like $100 bill in like the course of a day. Like follows like a $100 bill. A very interesting conceit. Men like John Moxley are telling you what to think. Will Ospreay. I see the tide rising. You are destined for greatness. How much of you will there be left with guys like us at your side, William? That could be a very long time. Shibata, nowhere else in the world does he get to be himself. I don't think Shibata moves at all. He's just standing there, stone-faced. Incredible. Shibata, again, barely moved. Joe puts out his hand and reminds Will Ospreay, when it's not accepted, it turns into a fist.
Right, I will put my hand out one more time. Then I will put out my fist. Joe, so glad he's back. He's always been that guy on the mic. I love to get to see him as back as the focal point of the Ops and all the stuff they can do there. So excited.
In the ring, Harley and Mina versus Kris Statlander and Hikaru Shida. Stat mocking Mina with the shoulder shimmy to start. Jared, your move of the match.
Oh, thank you so much for asking. Let's see here. I suppose it's not actually, anything big, but I hadn't seen it before, and I thought you did it really well. So my move was actually Harley going for a jackknife pin, which I, had to look up afterward. They use that term on commentary, and I was like, oh, that's a cool pin attempt. So I pulled it up and.
Could you describe it for the people real quick? Did you write that down, or how could you describe it for people at home who might not know jackknife pin?
Like a jackknife in the pool, you bring one of your knees up. Is it sort of like that?
Huh. I seem to have completely forgotten altogether. This did happen. Though at the same time it was Harley, and the next thing I wrote down was Harley double Dameron.
So my understanding of why it's the jackknife pin is so basically they end up almost folded up over each other like a pocket knife.
See, that's you describing the moves as your job. I don't want to ask me.
I figured you wrote it down. That's on me.
It really is, man. Come on, you know me.
My move of the match was Statlander superplex, roll through directly into the Fisherman's Buster, hooking the head and arm, bringing him out front, and dropping him.
I thought you were about to say Statlander getting revenge for last week with the suplex on Shida, attacking Mina in the process.
I did peep that as well. I don't know where that's going to go. I don't even want to touch that yet.
We don't know where to go with this, but I know where to go with this match. Mina avoids the running knee. Stat gets it. Harley comes in for the opening. Shida, Falcon Arrow in front of Statlander, who seems miffed about not getting to finish herself. Swerve and Prince Nana are backstage. 2 months ago, I told everyone I was after power. Being the most powerful without anyone in our way. More power means more fear and more control. Nothing more dangerous than a man that desires power, and I want it all. Brodito with Renee responds, Swerve is right. I am the most wanted. If you want me, I'm easy to find. And Brody reminds Swerve there'll be hell to pay if Swerve messes with Brody's friends. To end the show, in our main event, AEW Men's World Championship, Darby Allin versus Kevin Knight. This was crazy. This was a crazy match. It's not even the craziest Darby Allin match that we're going to talk about this weekend.
I keep seeing him have matches like this, and I'm like, how long can they keep this going when he's I figured he'd do one or two, crazy call. He continues to raise the bar with this, and I'm like, how quickly can they put this back? I love it though.
I mean, it is insane. It's like Darby Allin. It's the whole point of him having this title run. It's sick. I will start us off. I did do a counter of coffin drops. I think last time you said there would be more splashes. I think we only had one. The
UFO splash.
The UFO splash.
Yes, I was a little disappointed, honestly, by that.
But let's see here. We had. Does it count as a coffin drop if he does it off the second row?
Yes.
I think
no, that's a coffin splash.
They called it a coffin splash.
Oh, okay, yeah.
In that case, we only have 3.
I didn't realize we.
And the line was exactly 3 set by Charlie.
Wow.
Well, one big one on tonight's knees. One standard one near the very end, and then the most insane one, the coffin drop onto the ropes. Onto Kevin Knight hung over the ropes, which has to be my move of the match.
Yeah, they did so much stuff, even simple stuff. Early on, they do a spot where they each do a clothesline, and I thought they were both going to die because they each did a flip bump off it, and again, just clothesline, they both immediately do a flip, and it looked great, and I'm like, guys, that's crazy. We are 3 minutes in here. That is absolutely insane. After that, it's got to be when Kevin Knight does a springboard clothesline out of the ring to Darby sitting on the announce table, and they don't go through it. They literally just kind of fall off the back, and it again looked horrifying. Honestly, it's probably the best way to take it. You just kind of roll off into the padding and all underneath. But again, I was like, oh my god,
that whole sequence is insane. We have Darby doing a scorpion deathlock back in the ring, Knight crawling to the ropes to break the hold, Knight expecting the coffin drop, puts the knees up despite the cost. Then Knight gets in the jet, he goes coast to coast, then goes UFO. Darby kicks out. I'm going to just hit it. Darby baits Knight into the guillotine hold. Knight tries to carry Darby, but the ref is about to call it. Knight gets back up. Darby draping coffin drop. Another to the middle of the ring. 1, 2, 3. It's over as we go into collision. Sting comes out to celebrate. Sting celebrating with Darby. Kevin gets a little shine too. Oh no, it's MJF. And Shivani sums it up perfectly. He doesn't want to be here. He doesn't want to see Darby with the title. Blah, 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 blah. Max has to put something on the line. What about this scarf? And Max, after that's, not agreed to, Darby shoots that one down. Max says, what about the diamond ring? Because he thinks that's really going to get him. No, I used to live in a car.
Well, first, after that, it was $1 million.
It was $1 million. It was $1 million.
Doesn't even watch the product.
Not even for $1 million.
I used to live in a van down by the river. I mean,
I still do.
That's literally what he said.
But I used to also.
Except now I take the van and I drive it over my house.
By the river.
By the river. Darby knows about the hair transplant. You can get on a plane to Turkey. Be reasonable. The crowd's chanting, bald, 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 bald. If MJF doesn't show up to the contract signing next week, hair versus championship, he can't challenge again. As MJF walks out, we get the Rainmaker. Okada wants it next week. Me versus you. Darby says, it's on, bitch. We get a medical update with Dr. Sampson. Ospreay went to Japan against medical advice, but he's actually improving. Whatever training is working. Will isn't a Death Rider, and there's just things that he has to do to be where he wants to be. We got Speedball Mike Bailey versus AR Fox. AR Fox, fantastic. Apparently he's coming back from an injury, getting back into things. Great to see him against Speedball Mike Bailey. In this quick match, I'm going to hit it real quick first. It's my turn. Fox hits the DDT from the ropes into a corkscrew brainbuster. Connor Jarrett moves to the match.
It was that sequence, and then he also followed it with a senton dive.
The senton atomico.
I did not know about AR Fox. I didn't realize he was just coming back until, like, when I first saw it, I was like, oh, is this gonna be another jobber thing? But he looked good. I'm excited. I'm excited to see what else he can do.
I have notes about the jobbers. Don't say mean things about the jobbers. About the tomato cans.
I'm the one that said that last week, so you can bite me.
Fox attempts to cut her out of the corner, but Bailey goes for ultimate weapon 1, 2, 3, and it's over. Willow Nightingale says, it's an honor to be the face of TBS. It's a privilege to wear its championship and represent Ted Turner. She's had 9 title defenses. She smashed every comeback because that's what this basic cable channel deserves. Pac says, very impressive, Darby. Don't you dare forget about me. I'm going to be direct with you. We're 2-1 in singles competition, so that earns me a shot. Fight me for your championship. I am one mountain you will truly never conquer. Hell, if you could do it, I certainly can. Prove me wrong. An invitation, if you like. Jamie Hayter versus Sky Blue. Windsor is not cleared, so it's just Hayter versus Blue tonight. Blue is targeting Hayter's neck, which is taped up. My move of the match, Haterade off the ropes. 1, 2, 3. Let's go.
Move of the match. Here's the finish. No, literally you're right. So little happened. The only other thing I liked was Hayter hit the one lariat, the one lariat from her knees that still killed Sky Blue, and I was like, oh my goodness.
Yeah, I really enjoy Jamie Hayter, so I'll just throw that in.
Bum 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 bum. Bum, bum, bum. Thekla and Julia Hart are watching from the stands, mocking Hayter. Hayter's not done. Continues to attack Blue. Hayter wants Thekla and Hart in the ring, but they're not biting the bait. Don Callis says Mark Davis is going to crush Jack Perry. Okada defended successfully. He's going to stake his claim to the AEW World Championship. Takeshita steps out of line, says Okada should be worried about the international title, not the world title. Andrade wonders, how you know? How you know? I know, because I'm Don Callis, and I know everything. Andrade, recently the global champion in New Japan Pro Wrestling, won it this past weekend. back in the ring, we got Roosh versus Manny Lowe from AEW Enhance on Instagram. Manny competed in his 4th AEW match. He last appeared on Rampage on the 2nd of August, taking on Brian Cage. Other AEW matches include dark matches against Brian Cage and Bear Bronson. Roosh takes Lowe to the corner. When you mess with the bull, you get the horns. 1, 2, 3. It's over. Just remember, when you mess with the bull, you get the horns.
You get ran at and kicked in the face.
Yes.
Can I do that accent? Is that okay?
I did it twice.
Okay,
Yeah.
fantastic.
You'll get the horn.
You'll get the horns.
You gotta say Jew. It's you'll get the horn.
Speaking of when is Jared Elite Wrestling coming back?
You know, we hit some snags with production once you stopped letting me use your equipment and filming for me. And I needed some rides. Look, I'm working on other projects now. I'm happy to be back here at the C Show.
Well, the J, yeah, I can't even say it. The match of the week, whatever. Jared Elite Wrestling match of the week. It's a mouthful to say it like that.
Yeah, I'm in negotiation with you actively
Okay.
on getting it back, and I promise I'll behave.
All right, good. Speaking of behaving, Jurassic Express is on the bus. They're at Vasquez Rocks, which is a state park, I believe, outside of Los Angeles. It's in LA County, but like outside of the city. If you've watched Star Trek, you've seen Vasquez Rocks. In one way or another, Star Trek has filmed so many episodes in and around the Vasquez Rocks. It's a very cool place. Mark Davis, you're just a big stupid dog. I've already beaten you, and I'll do it again. I'm already at the top of the mountain, and if you don't like that, fuck you.
You don't chew Big Red.
Fuck you. In the first of, I feel like we're going to get to many of these. 10-man tag team match.
Isn't this already the second?
This is the second, actually. All right. In the second of potential trilogy of 10-man tag team matches. Say that 10 times fast. The Death Riders, Claudio Castagnoli, Daniel Garcia, Wheeler Yuta, and the Dogs, Clark Connors and David Finlay, versus the Bang Bang Gang, Austin and Colton Gunn, Ace Austin, and the Young Bucks, Nick and Matt Jackson. The Bucks suplex turns into a 10-man suplex, human centipede style. Moxley
Hell
is
yeah.
uncomfortable.
Moxley said it.
Yeah, he did.
Moxley said human centipede, and that's my move of the match.
Unfortunately, that's also my move of the match because between what actually happened and Mox on commentary, I'm like, yeah, perfect.
I'm
Moving
like,
on.
there's nothing better than
Just
John,
ring the bell. It's
than
already
John
over.
Moxley saying human centipede.
Mm-hmm. Right after these are my two moves of the match. We get the 5-way beatdown, 1 on the desk and 4 in the corner, and then a quad Manhattan drop on the Riders and Dogs. Shafir wonders what's going on. Yuta breaks up the pin after the BTE trigger here to finish up. Ace Austin deep squat to Death Valley Driver on Yuta. Claudio comes in. The Gunn Brothers 310 to Yuma. Ace Austin catches Yuta with the pin. After the Bucks play defense with the self-harm dive, Juice comes running down the ramp to celebrate. 3 hours of wrestling, people. You could thank the NHL playoffs. As of recording tonight, the Wild are 2-1 against the devious Colorado Avalanche. You know, still in the playoffs. You know, they gotta win in the Wild, you know, in their series, their second round series.
Man, that's a really good hockey team name for them.
Mm-hmm.
The Avalanche. That's good. I mean, I've known that. I'm not just learning their name, but I am just coming to appreciate how perfect it is.
I don't know, Jared, have you ever had one of your teams just leave to go to somewhere else that's way better and then be replaced by a worse version of it?
Dallas? Better?
Oh, yeah.
You are skating on thin ice, pal.
Oh, all right.
You are skating on thin ice, buddy.
Fairway to this. Fairway to this.
I mean, if you go back in time,
Go to Fairway.
my grandparents were Brooklyn Dodgers fans, so yes.
Never heard of my teams. Losers.
The Athletics.
Yeah, the Mets didn't come back until my dad was 3 years old.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, that's why they're Dodger blue and giant gold. Giant yellow, not gold.
Wait, San Francisco?
Yeah, both teams were in New York.
Yeah, I know that.
And because they left a void, and it was only the Yankees.
Mhm.
The Mets got created in '63.
Yeah.
And their colors were Dodger blue
Right.
and Giants yellow.
Giants orange.
Orange. I don't know. I'm colorblind.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I was like, what are you talking about?
I can't tell them apart.
Listen, folks, I'm
Go
going to keep it
Mets. Fuck
simple.
you, Tommy Vex.
Just like Chris Jericho, I'm going to keep it simple. I am Charlie, and this is The C Show. Welcome back to The C Show. We're talking Collision, Fairway to Hell. So this is really interesting. This is a 1 hour AEW kind of special on Saturday, the 9th of May. So we're at the TGL SoFi Center. It's where the Tomorrow Golf League plays down at the campus of Palm Beach State College. So it's a virtual golf arena. There's a driving area where like they tee off from, and then there's a little like pitch and putt area, realistically, if you can think about it. So it's like, again, basically the size of a football field, and then I think there's 3 bunkers, 3 sand traps around the green, too.
I know there's at least one, brother.
There's at least one. We'll talk about it here. So the ring is on pads in the middle of this fairway area. There are some fans standing around ringside, which is sick. All of the production crew are dressed to golf, even have gloves on their non-dominant hands. Willow Nightingale actually noticed this first. The acoustics are great. Short entrance ramp, but a lot more intimate. The built-in Titantrons are a big plus. The big screens that they use those for TGL already, so they're all built in. The walkway too, where everybody walks in, that's all built in for them as well. So it's pretty easy.
We saw a lot of the fan accommodations too.
It's pretty nice.
It looked pretty good.
All right, starting off, AEW National Championship, Jungle Jack Perry versus Mark Davis with Don Callis. I was a little shocked here by the ending, but give me your moves of the match first, and then we'll talk about the end.
So Davis runs at Perry in the corner. All Perry does is move, and Davis slams his face off the turnbuckle and throws himself all out of the ring in one motion.
Beautiful.
I don't know what his plan was if Jack did not move. Was it just to ram his face directly into his chest? Who's to say?
Jared, your move of the match?
Yeah, probably. Jack Perry had some really great, I think he had 2 or 3 nice, dives out of the ring. One of them, he did a big spring, backflip, and he just kept backing up, and there was only a chain, a little single fence, a one link of metal,
and I was like,
you will fall over backwards if you run into that.
My move is on commentary. My moment is Callis' scouting report for Perry is he had more guts than brain. Then Callis goes on to say, I had guts. I also have a gigantic implement. And then Perry hits an avalanche sit-down powerbomb.
Wait, was this also when when Don Callis said something along the lines of what's my
handicap is
my handicap?
I'm too handsome.
Yeah, they were talking about
Hell
golf,
yeah.
and he goes, my handicap? I'm too handsome.
Well, because Don Callis has been playing with Tony Khan and Roger Goodell and Ricochet. The worst foursome.
Is Ricochet good at golf?
Depends who's looking.
Yeah, depends.
Never mind.
Perry hits a Rana from the top turnbuckle. Callis goes to accost the ref. Ricochet hits Perry with a 5-iron and stashes the club under the ring. Tombstone, 1, 2, 3. Mark Davis and the Callis family steal the national title from Jack Perry. Drive for show, putt for dough. Nigel notes.
Hell yeah.
In the Best of the Super Juniors tournament over in New Japan, Nick Wayne is competing. He's had some standout performances already. Nick Wayne wants to win the tournament alongside his ROH TV title. Will Ospreay has been cleared medically. Will face Ace Austin this week. Jack Perry is taking a call, and he confirms something with a group on the other end. He's winning the national championship in LA, in front of his friends and family, one of the proudest moments of his career. You just ended that for me. And I know that Chris Jericho and the Hurt Syndicate are looking for 2 more partners. The show is called Double or Nothing. How about 2? I bring 4. I bring you the Elite, me, the Young Bucks, and Kenny Omega. Oh, now we got a party coming. I was listening with the headphones on, these headphones right here, and you could hear all of the director speaking to producers throughout the broadcast on the replay. It was really funny because you just hear like, go Renee, and then like literally like spitting stuff into Shivani's ear because they're like probably like Shivani doesn't know what matches they're talking about yet, and like Shivani's just like boom 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 boom. They talked about it was so funny. They were like, oh, whoever wins the world title is gonna face off against Takeshita. And then the graphic was already Darby Allin versus Takeshita. So it's like, okay, all right. Renee is with the Callis family rebuttal. Callis is just thrilled. Jack Perry gave him his fantasy. Jack Perry, you dumbass. You're giving it away for free. The national championship will be waiting for Ricochet after the stadium stampede. Let's go have a drink in the 19th hole. Figure out which members of the Callis family are going to go join this slaughterhouse.
Just because you mentioned them, I guess it's topical news. Did you hear about the Young Bucks talking about what the Elite wanted to do in 2018? Apparently, in 2018, the Young Bucks were lobbying Triple H to do the Elite versus New Day
in WWE.
Yeah, 2018, the Elite.
That was like right before AEW popped off too. Like, what a different world. Like, there are a couple different moments where it's like, okay, things could have been a lot different, and what we'd be doing right now would be completely different. Like, that's one of them. What if Tony Khan bought the WWE
just
back
like
in 23?
3 or 4 hours ago, a bunch of articles started popping up talking about how the Young Bucks were giving an interview, and they said that they were like lobbying Triple H actively to make an Elite versus New Day match happen. And you can see this on Wrestling News, Cage Side. A lot of stuff are posting this now.
The stuff that I saw that popped off right before we recorded here on the 11th of May, 2026, the year of our Lord, was that AEW is suing Triller because Triller hasn't given them like $4 million or something. Yeah. Pretty cool. All right. Speaking of slaughterhouses, AEW Women's World Tag Team Championship, the Divine Dominion versus Ruthie Slay and Rachel Leigh. The Dominion came up with a new challenge. It's a 5-minute eliminator match. All you have to do is survive.
You don't have to beat us. You just have to stay alive.
From AEW Enhanced, Ruthie previously competed in AEW. She debuted on Dark, episode 131. Get this, February 22nd, 2022, so 2/22/22 against Sky Blue. Ruthie has also competed in TNA and NWA. This was Rachel's AEW debut. She started competing in January 2025, so she's kind of on the same timeline as we are. She was on the gymnastics team at Rutgers University.
Go Scarlet Knights.
In 2018 and 2019. She also had a WWE tryout during SummerSlam week in August 2023. They actually put a clock in the corner. Lena pickup, spinning side suplex, dumps Ruthie on Rachel. Bane, German suplex. They're lasting longer than I expected. Megan catches Ruthie for the double Samoa drop. Divine intervention. That looks like it hurt. About 2.25 minutes.
Like you said, I thought the whole thing was they're gonna do this. They're gonna give him 5 and use less than 1.
Yeah, no, I like this. It's a fun way to have the Dominion fighting and like bring in either new tag teams, try new people out, etc., standby matches, whatever you want to do. It's interesting. It's fun. It's new. You know what else is interesting and fun and exciting? Owen Hart tournament. The brackets will be released next week. I love tournament wrestling. Let's go win or go home. So that is a bracket tournament style or bracket style tournament. They'll release the bracket. I think it's men's and women's. Last year was 8. and then down to 1, of course. But we'll see. We'll see. Warner Brothers Discovery, an open plea. Just give Craig Ferguson a late night show again, please. It can be stupid simple. I just want funny late night interviews with an accent again. Again, thank you, please, very much. Goodbye, David Zaslav. Don Callis still wearing the pink armband. No matter who, the Don Callis family will be waiting for the world title from whoever wins tonight. Okada had to go to Japan, take care of family business. He has someone in mind to take his place. Konosuke Takeshita. Takeshita will finally fulfill the destiny I created for you. Don, I'm going to take the international title and bring the world title back to the Don Callis family. Unlike Okada. In a standby match, they actually call this a standby match. Speedball Mike Bailey with TNT champ Kevin Knight versus Kieran Gray. Gray attacks before the bell. Bailey with the big kick and ultimate weapon before a moonsault off the ring post to the floor. Kieran Gray, allegedly a Navy SEAL. Here's a joke. How do you know if a guy was a Navy SEAL?
How?
Don't worry about it. You'll hear about it on their podcast. From AEW Enhanced, Kieran competed in 4 ROH matches this year. He recently appeared on Honor Club episode 165, teaming with the main man Oro versus the premier athletes Araya Davari and Toni Nese. He's trained by Darby Allin at the Nightmare Factory, which is owned by Cody Rhodes and QT Marshall. Gray and Steve Borden, Sting's son, defeated KM and Rosario Grillo in a dark match before Dynamite on the 6th. So expect more from them soon. They've been fighting against each other in indie matches as well. So I think we'll either see them competing against each other or as a tag team in some form. Ultimate weapon to Gray's back, 1, 2, 3, and it's over. Hell yeah, Speedball Knight says. The Jet didn't become Jet 2 belts, but the Jet is still the face of TNT. The future is still wide open, so why not make it to the front, top together? Hell yeah. The real championship is friendship. In the AEW Men's World Championship, it's Darby Allin versus Pac. 60-minute time limit, no countouts. Listen, the first hell yeah here. Darby hops over the ropes, goes immediately to the sand traps in green. Darby, code red, throwing Pac into the bunker. You guys, moves of the match, please.
I have to bet
hell yes?
I have to bet Jared will talk about some of the other sand trap stuff, so I'll go to something else. They point out a whole lot. They're like, this is no countouts, but there are disqualifications. You can only win in the ring. And there's still a point where Pac goes and sets up a table. And the whole time it's like, well, if he puts Darby through that table, he loses. He even sets Darby up outside the ring, gets to the top rope, and tries to do a shooting star press, a backflip into a splash. And Darby moves and he just eats it through the table. And again, like I always suspend my disbelief and I always do all this kind of stuff. I'm just like, he would have lost if he hit it. Like how does this to make it a no DQ match? Like, I don't know. Don't get me wrong. Unbelievably sick. Like I'm so glad they did it. All the stuff they did using the area, right? The playing grounds, as they said, was awesome. This was a great match. What a way to finish out the weekend.
I mean, him just carrying Darby upstairs.
Yeah.
I it was cool this time. It was like a no commercials type of thing. Or is that how it broadcast everywhere?
Did you have a PNP, like a picture-in-picture?
Yeah.
I don't get picture-in-picture on HBO Max.
Okay.
But I did hear the referee say, hey, we're going to a picture-in-picture here.
This portion I watched on YouTube TV for the first time. Just this single hour. And I was the first time I saw that. So yeah, it was great just like seeing him laboriously carry this man upstairs.
Laboriously.
Put him down for a minute just to like beat him up to, give himself a rest and then keep carrying him. I guess that's why the other Death Riders had to set up
all those tables.
They're playing
stack.
Bob the Builder.
I just put minions bring out and stack tables.
I mean, yeah, that's a crazy drop to take. But he got tombstoned on the metal stairs. That's insane. He got tackled again or speared or kicked into sand trap. I think they were only in the sand trap twice, but wrestling in a sand. I didn't watch the third.
I think that's a first. I
mean, I can't have. Awesome.
Oh, probably, and it was great.
It was fantastic. Really exciting to see them use different locations like this, to use different spaces. I was showing it to friends that I golf with, and they were like, "Wait, what?" And like talking with people, and they're like, "Yo, that was crazy how they did that." Blah 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 blah. Like it's actually starting conversations with people who know about golf, and they're like, "Okay, this is really cool how they're using this." So to finish up here, after Darby's thrown off the balcony through the table, Pac runs back down, and we follow. How does Darby kick out after that? Pac is amazed. Garcia and Yuta are shocked. Shafir steals the title while the official was distracted, but it doesn't matter. Darby knows. Low blow hits Pac with the title. Coffin drop. 1, 2, 3. It's over. Darby retains. Let's go. Again, a really interesting hour. Good wrestling with some great story pieces interspersed without. In the 3 hours as well, I felt like it was really well paced in the fact that we had a lot of talky bits, but a lot of good wrestling in the middle there too.
Yeah, no, great show. I really especially like the Fairway to Hell. Again, just keep trying new and fun stuff. And, you know, wrestling's always supposed to be weird and different, and you're supposed to try things. And I appreciate AEW does that. And, again, they hit a winner here. Absolutely.
Also, what a funny name. It's like a great pun.
Yeah.
Fairway to Hell. Great.
Excellent. No, what else great? The C Show. Welcome back to the C Show. We're gonna wrap up here with some things coming up in AEW on the 13th. When you're listening to this, we got the Men's World Championship, Darby Allin versus Konosuke Takeshita. Okada, as we previously mentioned, out in Japan taking care of some family things, but Takeshita trying to bring home some gold for the Don Callis family.
You know, Darby's already doing this thing, and they already teased the hair versus title match. So, you know, it would certainly shock me if anything changed here. Not only if someone besides MJF took it off him, but someone who was a replacement at the last minute.
All right, 3.5. 3.5 coffin drops. Over under.
Under.
All right, I'm gonna take the over.
Okay. We have our third 10-man tag team match in as many weeks. FTR and the Dogs with Ciampa versus Cage and Cope, the Bucks, and Orange Cassidy.
Yeah, it'll be good. Just let them go crazy. Whatever. Just go absolutely bananas.
Go bonkers. Will Ospreay returns against Ace Austin.
Hell yeah.
That's going to be a smoking match. Lots of crazy stuff, lots of flying. And then the Owen Hart Foundation tournament brackets will be announced. We'll have more on that on next week's program. We also have Supercard of Honor going on this weekend. Well, we won't have full coverage on that. Do you want to talk about 3 matches coming up? We have Bandito versus Blake Christian, Vanilla Baby of the Swirl.
Thank you. I'm glad that my insistence on only referring to him as that is caught on.
I wanted to make sure you remembered who it was.
Yeah, I'm sure Bandito, who's about to get in this super feud with Swerve Strickland, is about to lose to a guy that goes by Vanilla Baby.
Well, I think it's because they're gonna put a AEW strap on Bandito instead of a Ring of Honor strap.
It ain't happening here, dog.
Also, on Supercard of Honor, Athena puts her title on the line in a survival of the fittest match. Athena recently passed Bruno Sammartino for the longest reign of the highest title at a company. So that's the Ring of Honor Women's World Championship. Shout out to Athena. She rules.
Yeah, that's awesome.
I didn't know she was in the WWE. I forget what her name was in the WWE, but it's also
I should know that, but I can't. I can't pull it off.
It doesn't matter. Because Nigel McGuinness returns to the ring in a Pure Rules match. That'll be really interesting. And it's really cool to watch a wrestling company where the commentators can actually wrestle.
Hell yeah.
And a note here for Dynamite on the 27th of May. We'll be posting a video where we want you to comment on your sign ideas. Not only will you get to hold the sign, the winner will get to hold the sign when we go to Dynamite at the Leocora Center on the 27th of May. The winner will get to hold the sign, but they also get to bring a friend. That's right. So make sure to stay tuned for that video. Put your comment, your ideas, and who you'll bring for that show. And again, we'll put your Sharpie writing on the sign, and then we'll bring it to the show. It'll be a good time for everybody, right?
Oh yeah.
Hell yeah. And you should get more friends to listen to The C Show. Of course you like The C Show. Make sure to subscribe, rate, review, and share it with your friend. You can support the show directly at coffee.com/cshowpod. Follow us on social media. We're on Instagram, Blue Sky, Facebook, Twitch, and YouTube at C Show Pod. Have a question for the boys? Send an email, cshowpod@gmail.com. Thanks to our friends Amir, Patrick, and Justin for their assistance. The C Show is a production of 832 Media. Thanks again for tuning in, and we'll be back next week.
No, I love it. I just wasn't expecting it. I'm sorry. It was
I
very
know,
funny. It was very funny.
I wasn't expecting
he gave me
it
another
either.
shooting grin. It's his fault. Kill him. Kill him.
No, I will not kill you. I need you both for content.
I love jobbers.